In this video I'm explaining how to set up the Control Lua engine for Age of Empires Definitive Edition. So first of all you would have to install the Control launcher. So in order to download it you can go on the Control documentation, which you can reach by typing in this URL aoe2control.github.io, or you just click on the link in the description of this video. Directly on the main page of the documentation you can scroll down a little bit and there you can see download latest release. You can also join the Discord community and there you will get notified each time a new version is released. So just click on the link for now and then you get redirected to the GitHub repository of the project, and you can download the launcher by clicking on the zip file. Then your browser should automatically download the zip file of the Control launcher, and before extracting the zip file I would recommend to add an exclusion to the Windows Defender, because the Control launcher basically acts like a malicious executable or like a virus to some extent, in order to inject itself and have control over the Age of Empires game. So Windows marks it as a malicious executable sometimes. So in order to prevent the Windows Defender from deleting the launcher, let's go to Windows Security and open Windows Virus and Threat Protection and go to Manage Settings under Windows Virus and Threat Protection Settings. And here you can either disable real-time protection, which I don't recommend, or you can go to exclusions and add or remove exclusions. And I already created a folder where I put the Control launcher. So I recommend you to create a folder, for example under Documents. Let's name it Control. And inside of here you can copy your downloaded zip file. Let me copy it there. And I already created the exclusion, but in order for you to do it, you can click on Add in Exclusion and then Folder, and then select your newly created folder. After that you can close Windows Security and you can extract the zip file that is located inside of your folder, which you just added to your exclusions. Okay, after extracting it you should see the Control launcher and the license file. So in order to test it you can start the Control launcher. Windows may warn you, because as I said it may mark the file as unknown or malicious, but should be fine. After starting it you should see the launcher and the version, and don't press start yet, because in order for the launcher to actually launch the engine the game has to be running. So let's start the game. And if the game is running, you should be able to press start and the launcher should say scanning, and it also says the game may freeze. It may take a long time to inject, like multiple seconds, but after that you should be able to see this menu appear inside of the game. And you can adjust the position of the menu. You can also open the log window, which is quite important if you develop an own module. So go under debug, hover with your mouse on debug and press show log, and then you should see the log menu appear. You can also hover with your mouse on the bottom left corner of the window and adjust the size. And if the menu is too big for you or it feels uncomfortable, you can adjust the menu size in MISC and then menu scale. I will select 0.75 because it feels better. And in order to test if everything is working properly, we can start a skirmish game. You don't have to add an AI for now, so just start it. And the engine says game found, so it seems to be working properly. And you could also see the update interval changing. So let me disable this for now, because we don't need it. There are a lot of settings which I'm not going to go over all of them and what they do right now. What is important right now is this button here which says open folder under the AI submenu. So let me press it, and here the modules folder which your future modules will be located, and you can paste existing modules into so that they can be run by the engine. And if you go one folder up, then you should also see the other automatically created files, which are the menu ini file, which stores the information about the menu locations on top of the window, on top of the game, and the settings.ini, which stores engine internal settings, like these settings you see in the menu. So yeah, let's create an example module and see how it works, how it's loaded by the engine, and how it is executed. So in order to create a module, I recommend you to use Visual Studio Code for editing and creating module projects. So you can either right click and open with code, or you can just open Visual Studio Code this way and yeah, open the folder, the module folder. I recommend you to create a new folder for this, for each project. You don't have to in theory, but yeah, let's name this folder hello world and select it. And in here we can create the main module of our project. Each project needs one main module, so you can select it inside of the engine. Let's name it hello world as well, and it has to end on .main.lua so that the engine detects it as the main module. And in here we can now add a function that is executed by the engine. So there are multiple callbacks. If you look at the documentation and scripting fundamentals, you can see there are multiple callback functions which can be used for different purposes. Right now, I think it would be nice to just print hello in the in-game chat when the module is loaded or when the game starts. So for that we can use the load callback. And before we start actually coding, I would really recommend you to download the AOE2 Control Lua extension for Visual Studio Code. I already have it enabled, but you can just search for this name here inside the extension marketplace, and then you should find it. And after enabling it, it should recommend you the proper engine related function names, as well as provide some snippets for quick callback function creation. For example, if we want to use the load callback, you can just type load or load Actually, I did not enable it. Load and then press enter, and the extension automatically fills this out. So the load callback passes us the assigned player ID, which it gets from depending on what player we select the module for. So we don't need this right now, we just want to print a chat message. So the function for that is called send chat message, and we can just print hello world exclamation mark for now. And let's try it out. So when we go inside of the game again and go into AI and player 1 and click on select, there you should see your newly created module already. So select it and then enable the AI, and after enabling it we should see a chat message appear. So yeah, as you can see, the chat message hello world has been written to the game. You may want to use the chat message for logging stuff or testing things while developing a module, but I recommend not to use the chat message function for that, but rather the log function, which prints a message to the log window here. So I changed it to log, and you can easily reload the module by just pressing on the selection input again and select the same module again, and then the engine reloads your module, and then you can enable AI again. You don't have to disable and enable the AI, you can just select it again and then it reloads. So as you can see, the engine automatically executed our code and logged this message to the log window. So that was it for setting up the Control Lua engine for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition.